Hi everyone, let's just talk about your website and why it's so important to your business. Apart from your bricks and mortar premises, this is your second most important asset that you have. And it's important you get this part right and that you do the right checks on your own website. So back in 2015, Google announced the fact that it was going to start penalising businesses that didn't make their website mobile friendly, because back in 2015 and certainly in 2016, mobile overtook laptops and computers and desktops in terms of what people were using when they were looking for things. So mobile is now the most dominant device that is used. And when I say mobile, I mean mobile devices. That can be your iPad, it can be your mobile phone, etc. So 2015, 2016, mobile overtook the desktops. And what we also saw as well is that when people are using a mobile device, especially mobile phones, their tolerance is a lot shorter. In other words, they're very quick to dismiss people who haven't got it right, because they want the answer there and then as quickly as possible. So what happened was, if you have a look at these sort of stats, so they're talking about the latest sort of figures on this particular website, is they're showing you that desktop devices are now represented 47% of the average traffic, and mobile is now well up in the 50%, 53 and 54%. But as I said to you, it's totally different what these people do on these devices. So what you find is people spend less time browsing your website when they're on a smartphone, and they give up very quickly if it's a bad site. They literally do that, click backwards and go looking for the next answer. And they're less likely to actually make those desirable actions. So they're on their mobile device. If you're a beauty clinic, if you're a beauty salon, you need that telephone number or that booking online form to show up in their face as quickly as possible. They need to be able to see that you do what it is they were looking for you to do, whatever services you should provide, and also how quickly can I make that phone call, make that booking. And that's why they say, it's more likely they'll return back to search engines if you're not doing all of this right. So let's have a look at a couple of examples. This isn't to pull these websites apart, it's just to give some critique, to show you the things that you should be looking at when it comes to your website. Now, let's take this one, this beauty clinic. The first thing is, this is old and tired looking. The first thing I look at on here is you're selling to your services to primarily women, in the beauty industry, and I'm looking at it and going, where's the images? Women love images, and the first thing an image does, that old famous saying, a picture paints 1,000 words, etc. Well, yes, it does. So how do I even know I'm on the right website unless I start reading through the content? Now, there's good stuff on here. They've got an address, they've got to tell when they're open, etc. So I'm not going to be overcritical, but I'm just saying there are a lot of things wrong on here, and it's perhaps my biggest criticism of this particular website would be, we're talking mobile friendly websites, which means your telephone number has to be clickable. I can't do anything with this particular number. When I scroll to the bottom, there's nothing down here. And guys, look at this. I mean, apart from the fact that this is over here, 2013, they haven't, as far as I'm concerned, is this particular one still open, because they've got a date on there, 2013. So just be aware of your first impression that you give someone. So this one gives a very poor first impression, makes it look tired, makes it, as far as I'm concerned, would I want to book this in for my wife or go there myself? At this moment in time, not at all. Now let's have a look at another example. So this one, fresh looking. It's got an image on there straight away, so I'm already thinking maybe I'm in the right place. It's got the calls to action straight away, one here up in the header, one here on the actual slider on this image. But again, where's the telephone number? Where's the clickable telephone number? We're talking mobile devices and there's not a clickable telephone number. I just find it incredible that in this day and age people aren't putting these simple things on there. But apart from that, I love the image, I love the fact that I've landed in the right place. Start scrolling down, it's nice and clean, it's got images, so again I can get an idea of what the salon looks like. That's good, very important. You come down here, yes, I've got social proof now, so I can see people have left reviews and and so therefore it might very well be a nice beauty clinic and a good place to go. This I'd certainly love. Lots of images, and more importantly, when you mouse over the images, whether it be on your phone or on here, you can see it change, so you can see that it's clickable, and I can go to and have a look at that page, find out more about the treatment room, find out more about reception. But again, when I come down here, look guys, no clickable telephone number. So they're expecting me. I want you to imagine this now. I'm sat there maybe in the dentist thinking, oh, I'll book myself an appointment next week to treat myself, and you're expecting me to remember this phone number, come off this site, remember the phone number, and then go onto my phone to make the phone call, instead of just being able to click a button. What I do like on here is they've got the social icons, because if you remember on this, if you look at this website, there is no social proof, there's no social interaction on here whatsoever. Down here, you know, where lots of females love to be on Facebook and talk to families and friends, etc., and share things, so they have an opportunity on here with Facebook and Twitter, but especially Facebook. So I like that. Right, what else have we got on here? Now remember, on mobile phones, people don't like clicking on mobile phones. What I mean by that is, yes, they want to click to make an appointment, or they want to click to make the phone call, but they don't want to go around clicking on all these things. It's very hard on a phone to actually get that drop down menus and click, etc. So just be aware of that when you're doing things. There are better ways that you can do it in terms of putting more information in this format. These are nice and easy to click on, as opposed to, you know, very tight menus like this. Well, let's go and have a look at the contact page. So I come on the contact page, and what I'm looking for on the contact page: can I phone you? Can I email you? Can I book? Can you show me where you are? So let's see what they've got on this particular contact page. So I come down here. Yes, I've got an email address. I can phone you, but again, it's not clickable. I've got an address here. Great. I've got a map, so I can find you. So it's got the key elements on here. I like that. The only thing I would criticise on here, I'm on the contact us page. I would have my opening times on here. Because again, what do you want me to do now? Do you want me to go and look for the opening times on another page? Remembering, the majority of people are on a mobile device. So just be aware of these little things make big differences when people are doing things in a hurry on these different devices. So small criticisms, but they're there. They affect how many people are going to make that essential action of the booking the appointment, making the phone call, filling the form in. So that's what I would say about this contact page. Now, I keep talking about mobile devices like your phone, like your iPad, etc. So how can you check what your website looks on that? Well, it's quite simple really. If you have a look at, on whatever browser you're using, whether it be Chrome or Firefox or Safari, it doesn't really matter. Up here you've got if I click on there, you've got full screen. If I drop it down, I'm not on full screen. So now I can start dragging it in. So let's go and have a look at this, the website I criticised heavily here. So what would this look like on a mobile device, on an iPad, on an iPhone or a Samsung or whatever make you're using? As you can see, as I start dragging it in, it starts moving. And the reason it starts moving, we talk about having a responsive design. Well, this isn't very responsive. Look at the contact us in the bottom right. It's already beginning to cover that box up, so I'm losing the information as I scroll in. It's doing nothing in terms of what I call responsive. And then when it does actually move, I've now got this, imagine on a mobile device, this is what I've landed on, guys. You know, just this blue screen with a couple of things to click on. You know, and then as I mouse over them, I end up with lots of other clickable things. You know, it's very bitty, very poor, no telephone number up here, no call to action up here. So to even get to a call to action, I've got to start scrolling down and scrolling down and scrolling down. And then I get down to here looking for anything that is the least bit actionable, and again I can't click on a telephone number. So let's open it up again, have a look at this one that we were talking about. Let's go onto the home page and see what this looks like when we do a responsive. Is this a responsive design? Well, as we start pulling it in, you can see it's already beginning to adjust itself. So I could be going down to iPad size. Yes, it's still working. I get smaller and smaller, and now if you have a look at these here, the menu's now changed to a mobile menu. So this is a responsive design. So as I pull it down and say let's make it to a mobile size. So now I've got my menu up here, which is the standard mobile menu. But now what my criticism would be here, yeah, I've got a book appointment, but it's very small, so I'd be conscious of making a bigger button to make it easier on a mobile device, to be seen. But if I scroll down, I can see, yes, nice and easy information. Like I said, pictures of the salon, the reviews, something to do with the different brands. Again, more images, and again, like we said, when you mouse over the images, nice and easy to click on. Not those little links that are very difficult to use when it comes to using a mobile phone. So just be aware that when you look at your website, just be aware of these things. This booking appointment looks fabulous up on here, and it looks fabulous on there, but once it goes onto a mobile device, it's not working. It's too small. So, and as we've seen before, no telephone number up here. These are the two actions that you want people to take. If you're a salon or a clinic, you want people to either phone you or to go online and book their own appointment. Make it as easy as possible for them, and make sure that your website is responsive for whatever device they're on. Hope this helps, and I'll see you all in the next video.